Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Savannah. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to my channel. Today's video, we're going to be reviewing the Covergirl Full Spectrum Collection. It's a new full collection available at the drugstore. I think it's available at CVS, Amazon, and at Ulta.com. If you guys follow me on Snapchat and Instagram, you guys saw the huge PR package that they sent me. Everything from the primers to the foundations, concealers. They even have like highlighter palettes, eyeshadow palettes, and then like this bronzer, blush, whatever palette. We're gonna get into that in a little bit. Obviously, I'm not going to be using every single one of the products that they sent me, so stay tuned till the end of this video for a giveaway. I will be giving away the products that I do not open, that I do not use, all that stuff. So if you guys want info on how to enter that giveaway at the end of the video, then just stay tuned. Okay, so we're gonna start off by priming the skin. We're gonna jump right in because I want to see how these products work. This is the Full Spectrum Covergirl Matte Ambition Mattifying Skin Primer. And it has sunscreen SPF 20. So that's always nice to have, especially when you're wearing makeup during the day. I would not recommend using this primer if you're wearing this makeup at night, just because SPF in products, foundation, primer, whatever, can tend to have a little bit of flashback at night. So I would steer clear of this primer for nighttime use. It smells good. It smells like a primer. And it sure as hell did mattify me, so that's good. So before I move on to foundation, I always like to do my eyes first, just in case there's any fallout or anything. You don't mess up your base. So we're gonna move on to eyeshadow. I'm gonna be using, I think, just one of these palettes. I don't think I'm gonna dip into multiple. These are the three palettes that I got. This is going to be the palette named Posh. It's a really pretty, it looks like almost mauve toned purples. Packaging is plastic on these palettes, which I don't mind, but I do like how they are tiny. Like, look how tiny these palettes are. Pop them in your purse. This is going to be the palette named Reverence, which is more of a brown toned palette. And they do come in a mixture of like mattes and metallics. I don't want to say shimmer shades because some of them aren't shimmer. Some of them are just like metallic-y. Does that make sense? And then this palette, last palette, is called Gravity, which is a very fun dark palette. It comes with blues, greens, that little purple pink shade right there is very gorgeous. This also has a mixture of mattes and shimmers. Metallics, shall I say? Anyway, the palette that I'm going to be using today is going to be the Posh palette, which is the more mauve toned palette. But first I'm going to prime my eyelids with some concealer. Okay, now I'm going to take this next lightest matte shade, which is this beautiful light purple lilac color here. I'm going to take this on the biggest fluffy brush that I have and just blend this into the crease area, hitting that brow bone. One thing I noticed right now by dipping into these eyeshadows that they have a lot of fallout, which sometimes I don't mind, you know, because if it has good payoff, then it's completely fine, but we shall see, we shall see. They are very easy to blend. I'm not having a hard time blending them out at all, and the pigmentation is okay. Pigmentation is there. So far, this is the lightest shade that we are using right now, so kind of a little early, but still easy to blend. Like the color payoff so far. So the next shade I'm going to dip into is going to be this darker purple middle shade right here. It's not the darkest, but it's probably going to be the darkest that I put in the crease, just because that darkest purple has a little bit of a gold shimmer in there, and I don't like shimmer colors in my crease. Picking this up on a tapered pointed crease brush almost, and we're going to put that precisely into the crease. Then I'm going to go ahead and go back in with that light pink purple shade that we used before, and just go over the edges real lightly, just to blend everything together. Now we're going to test out some of the shimmer shadows, because I do want to like work with those metallic-y shades. So I'm going to go ahead and take a flat brush, if I can find one. Go ahead and spritz it with a little bit of water, and then I'm going to go ahead and dip into this gold champagne color here at the end. And then I'm going to place that. Right now I'm just going to place it in the center just to see how it looks. That kind of sucks. So it's not working. Like, I don't like how it's looking just like normally shimmer shadows. When you spritz the brush with a little bit of water, it's just really gonna make them pop and like be really extravagant and beautiful. For some reason these shimmer metallic shades are not giving that to me. So I'm gonna actually try to cut the crease on this eye and then apply the shimmer shadow and see if that makes a difference. So let me cut the crease real quick. Okay, so I went ahead and cut the crease. We're gonna try this again. Dipping into that gold. Okay, so 100% looks 10 times better than this little guy over here. The pigmentation is just way better, like 10 times better. I'm not gonna say that it's as good as other shimmer shadows that I've used because it's not really up there, but I mean, for this palette, for the price that the palette is, it's very decent and it's very doable. I only did a half cut crease, so I'm gonna actually try to take this dark purple with like the gold shimmers that I was talking about earlier and go ahead and place that on the outer corner. See how that looks. Okay, so I went ahead and did the other eye off camera. This is what we got now. And then I also added some wing liner because I haven't done wing liner in a really long time. So far, the eyeshadows are nice. I like the matte shadows more than I like the metallic shimmer shadows for some reason. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the rest of the face. For foundation, we're using the Full Spectrum Covergirl Matte Ambition All Day Shine Free Foundation. It doesn't say that this foundation has any SPF in it. I'm in the shade FS110 Light Golden. The whole package that was sent to me came with like 20 different foundation shades, so it's really inclusive. And then if you guys didn't know, the Full Spectrum line is actually like inspired by multicultural women, which is why like there's such an inclusive range of colors to pick from. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend out the left side of my face with a brush. This is just like a buffing or sculpting brush from Real Techniques. And then I'll do the other side with the Beauty Blender just to see if there's any difference. So like I said, there is 20 different foundation shades that come in the line. So there's just like a huge range of different undertones to pick from as well. Like, so there's like golden undertones, warm undertones, neutral undertones, cool undertones. So there's a lot of different shades to pick from, especially if you're one of those people that like has a really hard time finding a good foundation shade because of the undertone. This is like a really good line for you because it gives you so many options. So for the foundation, I want to say that it's medium to full coverage. It looks super, super good on the skin. It looks really, really natural. It's not too matte, although it says like matte ambition or whatever. It's not too matte for me, and it's not too dewy either. It looks really, really satiny, really natural. I love the way it feels, super light. So if you look closely at the foundation, obviously you guys aren't going to be able to see it because it's camera, whatever. But if I take a closer look here, I can see a lot of little white dots, and that is the powder that they actually put inside the foundation to keep it matte throughout the day. So for concealers, they came out with these Full Spectrum Covergirl All Day Idle Brightening Concealers. This shade that I have right here, which I can't even tell you what shade it is because it's not on the bottle and I already threw away the packaging. Great. This is the lightest shade that they have. If you guys take a look at it here, I don't know if you guys can tell, but that's a pretty dark shade of concealer. For me anyway, like literally it matches. It's like almost darker than my than my neck. So personally for me, this would not work. I mean, oh my god, no. Can you guys see that? That's dark. That's a dark ass concealer, man. Again, this line is inspired by multicultural women. So women of all different colors and undertones. This lightest concealer may work for some. Obviously not for my skin tone. So I'm not going to use that concealer, although I would have liked to try it. I would have liked to try it. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my own concealer. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in light medium. Okay, so now before I set the concealer and set my face, I'm going to try out this Full Spectrum CoverGirl Contour and Correct Expert. This is a versatile cream palette. Comes with 8 cream shades for neutralizing, contouring, highlighting, and balancing pigmentation. So I guess the only thing I'm going to use in here is the contour shade because we already kind of did our whole face. So we can't really color correct. So I'm going to go ahead and dip into, I'm going to try this one up here. Looks pretty. Not too orange, not too gray. That looks really good. I'm gonna go ahead and buff it out with this, I don't even know what this is, like just a Morphe brush? I don't know. Okay, so this palette I'm just not a fan of. I find it like really super hard to blend. I blended it out with a brush first, and then I tried just blending it out with the Beauty Blender. Then I went back and forth between the two. I don't like to work that hard at trying to contour my face, so this is just a no-go for me. I mean, for some people it might be yes, like people that like to cream contour. Personally, I hardly ever cream contour. So now I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. If you guys have been subscribed to my channel for a while, you guys know that just lately, not lately, like for the past year, I've just been mixing like a lot of my favorite translucent powders together, and that's kind of what I use to set my under eyes. And then to set the rest of the face, we're using the Full Spectrum CoverGirl Matte Ambition All Day Powder Foundation. This one is in the shade FS105 Light Neutral. So the one thing that I noticed about these powders, there's only 8 in the whole collection. There's only 8 powders. So I really couldn't find one that was my shade, which is why I'm using a lighter one. Because the next one up is kind of dark for me. The collection comes with these little highlighter. They're called Versatile Cheek Palettes, Sculpt Expert. So they're supposed to be like a blush luminescent pigments, which are, I don't even know what the fuck that is, to be honest. But it comes with these. This first palette is called Bronze Flame, and then this one is called Rose Rush. So the Bronze Flame obviously comes with bronzer tones. If you guys see this bronzer shade over here on this side, that's not a bronzer, dude. Like, I can't use that as a bronzer, so I'm gonna have to use my own bronzer. This is the Rose Rush palette. This one is crazy. Like, do you see that gold highlighter in the middle? What the hell? So I'm gonna go ahead and bronze my face with the number 7 bronzer in the shade Caramel. And I'm not gonna use that blush either because we know that's gonna be a mess. My forehead is so That cream contour fucked me up, guys. God. So again, no go on the blush. I'm gonna use the Narsisst palette. I'm gonna use this blush on this side. Can you guys see that? Can you guys see that? Now for highlight, I am going to use the highlights that come in here. I just don't know which one I'm going to use. I'm going to dip into the Rose Rush palette and use this light highlighter on this side. A lot of fallout with these ones too. Bro! A lot of fallout. Be careful. Oh, that's pretty. You see that? Yeah. Gorge. Okay, so I went ahead and did the lower lash line off camera. And then I also did add some mascara. The Full Spectrum collection didn't come with any mascaras. They did not come out with any new mascaras. But I am trying to keep it CoverGirl related. So I went ahead and used the CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara. So now for the waterline, they did come out with these eyeliner pencils. These are the creamy eyeliner pencils. They came out with I think 3 or 4 different shades. I'm going to be using the black one obviously just for my waterline. So for lipsticks, they also came out with 4 different color lipsticks. They came out with a green one, they came out with a brown one. I'm going to be using this purple-ish one. This is the Full Spectrum CoverGirl, just regular lipstick, I guess. This one is in the shade Charms. And then they also came out with liquid lipsticks. This is the Gloss Idol, and this is in the shade Wine Not. Let's see how these look. Too pink. Okay, so I know that these are called glosses, but they don't feel like glosses. They feel like liquid lipsticks to me. So I'm just gonna use this one, the Wine Not Gloss Idol. This is it with the gloss on. I actually really like it. Really, really good. The skin looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and set the face. They did not come out with a full spectrum setting spray, but I am gonna be using the Covergirl Look Lock Up All Day Setting Mist. And here we go. All I'm gonna do is curl my eyelashes and I'm good to go. So far it's looking really, really good. Right now it is 1 o'clock, so I'm gonna check in with you guys in a few hours to see how the foundation holds up. But honestly, right now I'm really, really liking this collection. So see you guys in a few hours. Okay guys, so it is currently 7:30. My phone's over there charging, so I can't even show you guys. But it's 7:30. So almost 7 hours later. This is how the makeup looks right now from afar. Up close, it actually looks pretty decent. It's not really sinking into any of my fine lines or my pores just yet. If anything, like it came off like around my mouth area here. But other than that, I think it looks actually pretty dang good. The eyeshadow, the shimmer actually kind of just died down throughout the day, which I'm still bummed about. That shimmer, those shimmer shades in that palette. Other than that, I feel like I love this foundation. I feel like if I just blot it a little bit with like some blotting papers and then apply some more of the powder on top just to kind of like mattify everything a little bit more, it would go for like another 3-4 hours tops. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys in so you guys can get like a little better view of what's going on here. So this is what it looks like up close. As you guys can see, I am getting a little bit oily on these sides right here, around the nose area. For me getting oily though, it's not breaking up on my nose. That is one of the major problems I have with foundations, is it like breaking up on my nose area, because that's where I get the most oily. But this foundation is actually doing a really good job at holding up. If I have to rate this whole collection, I would probably give it a like 8 or 9 out of 10. I wouldn't give it a full 10 just because like the bronzer, like the cheek palettes and stuff, not for me. So basically have to use like a different bronzer and a different blush. Highlighters though, the highlighters are freaking bomb. Okay, so for the giveaway, I am giving away this basically entire collection. I will be giving away the foundations, the powders, an eyeshadow palette is in there. I'm basically giving away this whole collection, and then I'm also throwing in some more CoverGirl foundations that were sent to me that I did not use. They are from the, I think I want to say like the matte or like the True Blend matte collection. It was the full collection that came out before this one. Just a bunch of different things. It's gonna be like a little surprise box, I guess you can call it. Yeah, so in order to be entered in that giveaway, you must be subscribed to my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram. And yes, I do check before I pick the winners. So once you're following me on both of those platforms, you're gonna go ahead and go to my Instagram profile, give me a like on my most recent picture, which is going to be this picture right here. It's going to be the picture promoting this video, obviously. Go ahead and give that picture a like, and then go ahead and tag 3 friends in the comment section, and then boom, you're automatically entered in the giveaway. The winner is going to be announced on March 10th. I want to say March 10th. That's like a week and a half from today. The winner will be announced on my Instagram stories. What else do I have to say? I think that's it. So yeah, that's everything that I have to tell you guys. Be sure to enter that giveaway, and thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed this review, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!